After Michael Phelps became the most decorated Olympic athlete in history, recently picking up more gold at Rio 2016.
Do you have shavers? Because you are at the elite level, but you're at the uber elite level.
I wish I had somebody to shave me.
After Michael Phelps dated model and pageant queen Nicole Johnson in 2009, broke it off, and then got engaged years later.
I think we're heading in the right direction.
After the Baltimore Bullet became a national hero with a net worth of $55 million and inspired a generation of kids to hop in the pool.
Up by the pool.
I want to go skydiving there.
Not a shot. Won't even go off a 10 meter. I hate heights.
And we ain't talking about the Nestea splash. That was me. After Michael Phelps tried his hand at acting but decided to stick to swimming after falling flat on SNL.
I set a world record this summer by becoming the first person to appear on NBC 390 consecutive hours.
Michael Phelps was on top of the world after his flawless sweep at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, but perfection isn't an easy image to uphold with the press breathing down your neck. A photo of him taking a hit from a bong got leaked and became a huge scandal, resulting in him getting dropped from his sponsorship and a suspension. He also had multiple DUIs and was slammed in headlines for hooking up with an intersex woman.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
Now these slip-ups and scandals would continue to be blown way out of proportion, turning Phelps into a cynical recluse on a downward spiral. I'm just gonna throw it out there that I once hooked up with a chick who said, "Oh my god, I haven't been with a Michael since I was with Phelps. You know, the swimmer? Yeah, I suppose me and him are some kind of brother. Plus that dude is a legend, he's like the real world Aquaman." What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life of Michael Phelps after fame, here for you on After They Were Famous. Let me know, as always, in the comments down below who you want me to document next. And yes, that was a true story. Michael Fred Phelps II was born on June 30th, 1985 in Baltimore, Maryland. He started swimming when he was 7 to help with his ADHD and turned out to be a natural. His mother Debbie was a school principal and his sisters Whitney and Hillary, well, they followed along to every major competition he was in. His parents divorced when he was 9 and Michael would later struggle with the abandonment he felt from his father. By the time he was 10, Michael was breaking national records and began training with Bob Bowman, his current coach and soon to become, well, stand-in father. Under his guidance, Phelps improved drastically and was able to qualify for the 2000 Sydney Olympics at the age of 15, becoming the youngest American Olympian in 70 years. He failed to get a medal then, but continued to compete in world championships leading up to the next Summer Olympics. In the 4 years, he was able to win 8 gold medals and set 5 world records. When he finally went to Athens in 2004, Phelps was phenomenal, taking home 6 golds for the good old US of A.
Presenting United States of America, Michael Phelps.
Now that kind of fame and money can be tricky for a 19-year-old to handle, and it was getting harder and harder to live life outside the public eye. In November, he was caught drunk driving close to his Baltimore home, and well, he pleaded guilty. I guess he couldn't swim away. There was no river nearby. Like, you got me. Phelps got 18 months probation, a small fine, and had to speak against drinking and driving at some high schools in the nearby area. Miraculously, this slip-up wasn't widely publicized.
With every mistake that you make, you obviously have to pay for the consequences that come your way.
Leading up to the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Phelps was en route to take home 8 gold medals. His idol, Ian Thorpe, said it couldn't be done and sat in the stands when this happened.
He did it! And he did it! He did it! Phelps' hope's alive!
Eat that, Ian Thorpe. Phelps was untouchable and left China with 8 gold medals and a whole lot of sponsorships. He had so much cash being thrown his way, he started up the Michael Phelps Foundation as well as a swimming school. And let me tell you, he had so much dough, he could have probably filled that pool with cash. He was a national hero, that is, until the infamous British tabloid News the World published a picture of him smoking cannabis out of a bong. It may be pretty standard stuff for most 23-year-olds, but when your face is on a cereal box, it's a pretty big deal. Kellogg's, they cancelled their contract with him, and USA Swimming banned him from competing for 3 months and pulled their funding.
Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da.
The backlash from his fans was so harsh he considered sitting out on the 2012 London Olympics. He ended up going and took home 6 medals. Although it wasn't the performance he had back in 2008. Phelps had talked about retirement throughout the games, but unfortunately the young guy was way too good at making money and couldn't walk away just yet. So after a short break, he hit the pool once again in 2013.
He would be having a stretch of practices where maybe things weren't going very well, or maybe he was very tired, and he might have an emotional kind of reaction.
With pressure mounting on the national star, Michael found himself in a pretty dark place. He was mentally checked out from his swimming career, but forced himself to continue training. But he would miss workouts, he would sleep in, and spend nights drinking and gambling at a nearby casino. Then in September of 2014, he got caught with his second DUI.
81 in a 55 in the no passing allowed Fort McHenry Tunnel, he had one thought.
I'm f***ed.
USA Swimming pulled him from the World Aquatic Championships that year and slapped a 6-month suspension on him. Both his mother and coach feared the world was becoming too much for Michael, who was having suicidal thoughts at the time. He started rehab that October in a 45-day program. Then just as he was getting ready to leave, Phelps had this headline splash all over the tabloids.
Olympic swim champ Michael Phelps' girl was born with a penis and a uterus.
And just so you know, well, once upon a time, it was my job to report on this stuff, and I did that on IO Trends. This girlfriend was born a man. Well, kinda. She was born with both male and female sex organs. True story, I've actually hooked up with a girl whose last hookup was with Michael Phelps. I wonder if she was a man as well. Everything felt normal. The woman in question, Taylor Leanne Chandler, claimed to have hooked up with the Olympian during halftime at a Baltimore Ravens game. Can't blame a guy for having fun. Plus, this was right around the time he was drinking a whole lot. So maybe those beer goggles really worked in her favor. Again, there are no pictures to prove this ever happened, so we got swept under the rug pretty quickly. I'm sure it was a woman. Phelps has been clean since his DUI, and his training is going better than ever. In February of 2015, Phelps announced his engagement with model and pageant queen Nicole Johnson, who is definitely not born with male parts. The two had met years earlier and broke up for a spell in 2012, but were now back on track. They have a cute baby boy named Boomer, who's been watching his dad in the stands at Rio. His level of fame has recently turned him into a bit of a recluse. He and his fiancée mostly stay at home because anytime he leaves he gets flooded with admirers. Although he is Aquaman, he just doesn't like that kind of flood. Plus, after the whole bong incident, he learned privacy isn't something he can count out outside of the comfort of his home. Am I saying that correctly? Sounded okay to me.
You're having a hard time tonight.
As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is After They're Famous. My name is Michael McCrutton and we make altered celebrity bios on here on Before They're Famous. We also have After They're Famous, when people's lives get a little gray, you know, after all the fame. There's one on Tom Cruise, there's one on O.J. Simpson, there's one on Sugar Brown, or Mama Brown, remember her? And that guy with the gold voice. We've done a bunch of these. We also do Before They Were Dead and After They Were Dead. Something for everyone. Be sure to browse around, check out these other videos. I'm running out of breath because I'm no superhero. I leave that up to Michael Phelps. Check out our website, guys. I'll see you in another video. Boom!